passing numbers for a local quarterback a lot higher. Is there something that you can pinpoint on that changed from the first?
Well, the Michigan State game, you're facing a really good quarterback, and they made some plays. We made a lot of plays ourselves in that game, but you got to give credit to the quarterback over there. Last week, not taking anything away from Minnesota, we laid an egg defensively, especially in the secondary. We just played poorly. So I think that attributes to a lot of the passing yardage the past week.
Do you attribute that to a rust from a bye week, or?
We've all tried to figure it out.
Yeah.
Nobody knows, but we're fighting through it, and we're certainly going to, we've talked about it, we've addressed it, and we are working on it, getting better, starting yesterday in practice.
Anything you saw specifically on some of the breakdowns that led to the long pass plays?
Well, I just think our guys in the back end didn't play aggressively as they have in the past, and weren't going after footballs and had bad eye control and just losing their guys. They did not play well.
Brought up Cook. I know it's kind of ancient history at this point, but was he one of the better quarterbacks you've seen this year?
Oh yeah, he's a real good quarterback. I mean, he puts the ball in places where it's hard for other guys to catch. He's good. A lot of credit to him. He's going to be. You'll be watching him on Sundays for sure. Yeah.
Jabril talked about being an almost play team at some points, like his possible pick six and those kinds of things, and how the next step is to go ahead and make those.
Right, exactly. And as coaches, we got to do a better job of putting them in position to make those plays. And then once they're there, he's right. They have to make the plays. So, all that goes hand in hand. But as coaches, we definitely have to keep after them, keep coaching them, keep doing the things we're doing. I think we've made progress. We did have a setback last week, but the kids are working hard. So we'll just keep on grinding.
What'd you tell Channing about the play at the end where he got beat by 82 Wolotarski, but at the same time he caught up to him and stopped him short of the goal line to probably save the game?
Yeah, a good and bad play all in one. It should have never gone that far. Again, his bad eye control, the guy makes a break, his eyes go right in the backfield, he loses the guy for that half second, split second, now he's playing catch up. So, Channing knows that is something that we don't accept, that we work on every day in practice. All we talk about is our eyes, hands, and feet, especially at that position, and just having disciplined eyes on your man all the time. So he knows what happened, and we've addressed it.
Jordan Lewis has had to take on some pretty darn good receivers here lately. Can you talk about how he's battled in there?
Yeah, and the kid's a competitor. I enjoy coaching him, enjoy watching him play. Just go out there. We match him up against the best receiver every week, and he embraces it. He really does. He's just fun to watch and fun to coach.
Fair to say, Carew will get a little bit of extra attention as well.
Number 4, yes, absolutely. 2-6 will certainly find him somewhere along the line, I'm sure. Yeah.
A couple of those passes they had against Jordan were passes where he couldn't have defended it much better. What do you say to a kid at that?
Well, the last couple of weeks,
Yeah.
absolutely. They're good too. Like we always say on Sunday. They get paid too, right? They've got some good players. So he's had his share of really, really good plays, and I think a lot more than bad. So that's just the nature of that position. And what's great about him is he dusts it off, forgets about it, and plays the next play. And that's how you have to be there. And that's a lot to say about him.
Greg talked so much about eye control. How do you coach that?
You coach it every single friggin' play. You got to coach it, you got to talk it, and you actually do drills when we have our individual period, just gluing your eyes on hips, and it has to be done. Instinctive guys can maybe get away with it if you have enough instinctive, really good football players. But in our end, and what we're trying to do, and this was a zone team. Now we're playing a lot of man, so it's not like these kids are used to playing the man that we play. So that we really got to stress it, and we got to practice it. Develop good habits.
Is that something you can see on film after the game if they have good eye control?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
How do you detect it?
Well, those wings on the helmet, they better be on the hip, and they better be not looking in the backfield. That's how we detect it. Yep.
Halfway through the second quarter, they completed a deep corner route. Looked like Jeremy Clark had it covered about as well as you can. What is the best way to cover a deep corner like that?
Well, it just depends what coverage you have. I mean, I think we were in just single high safety. He was in good position. I wish he would have had better body control once the ball was in the air, but he was in a good spot. They made a play. The problem is on that play is we didn't get him down. You know, he scores. I mean, just make the tackle and we'll go play another play. Live the down out. You know, that was what frustrating on that play. His coverage wasn't bad, you know, but he looked kind of clumsy in the end of it, and then we couldn't get him down, and the guy looks, you know, runs it in when he shouldn't have, in our opinion.
Talked about
Best at eye control,
J. Lou.
consistently.
J. Lou. Yep.
And when you're doing these drills, I mean, is there anything out of the ordinary, or they're not?
No, I make it as real as possible. I mean, I don't like to do things that don't reflect out in the game itself. So it's real. We probably spend a little more time at the line of scrimmage than normal, but that's for working their feet, working their hands, and also their eyes. And then once they get vertical, then that's when we just work different routes and the combinations off them, and just make sure their eyes are on the hip.
Big picture, what are the things that, not just in the secondary, but that you guys as a defensive staff want to see take a step up in November to take this maybe from good to great?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, from bad last week to hopefully a whole lot better the next four games, for sure. You know, when you watch last week's game, and again, I am not taking anything away from Minnesota. They played their rear ends off, and they played really well. But when you watch last week's game, it looked a lot like the Utah game. You just didn't see the effort from our guys, something that we talk about every day of the week. So that has been what we've been stressing, and I'm sure that is what we'll be stressing from today till the next 4 weeks. Just keep the great effort. I mean, it proves it works. When you play with great effort, enthusiasm, and a great attitude, it works. And I don't think we had that Saturday night.
Kind of cliche, but is it good to have that kind of wake-up call?
Well, you know what? When you can win a game like that, absolutely. You know, you did get the W. It's a life lesson for sure. You come in, you say, take a deep breath. Okay, great guys, we got the win, but watch this. Watch this and learn, because next week we won't get the win. And absolutely. Yep.
We've talked about how the four guys in starting secondary are different personally and as players. How would you say that's accurate individually, and how would you say they interact as a group?
As a group, they're great. They're absolutely great. But just like all of you here are different, you know, everybody in our room is different. You know, everybody has their own personalities, and which is beautiful. But the great thing is when we're all together, when we're working, trying to get the job done, they are focused and attentive to get that job done.
Are
Good time for one or two more.
Jeremy and Channing still fighting for that other spot, or is that something that's?
Yeah, you know, we're just going to keep that competition open. I think, you know, competition brings out the best in you, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to let them keep competing, trying to keep making them better. So.
Is anyone else getting time now? Or is it just those two?
It's, you know, Brandon Watson's been practicing out there. There's been a lot of work in nickel and the corner, and we brought over Freddie Canteen from the offense. He's been working as a corner, yeah. So, you know, we're just always trying to create a competitive environment to push guys and make each other better.
Is that Canteen's primary spot, or is he still working at both?
No, he's been with us the last couple of weeks now. Yeah. So, you know, I'd like to see him stay. You know, he's got some great ability there. I think he can be a really good corner. So it'll be fun.
We're starting to see more Jabril being instinctive as he gets more comfortable out
Yeah,
there.
you know, he's starting to get a feel for it. Absolutely. You know, he's doing quite a bit of. You know, now he's on offense and special teams defense. I mean, it just shows what kind of player he is. You know, he's a really explosive kid. So, but he is starting to get a better feel for the game. Yep, absolutely.